And then the tree was happy. And I hope you can be too. Did you ever wonder why, as a child, the tree from the book, The Giving Tree, was so happy, even though it gave everything to the boy? For those of you who don't know this book is about two characters. A tree that lives a happy life, even though it gives everything from its branches to its apples to a boy, and a boy who never really lives a happy life, even though it takes everything from the tree. I would read this book every year at my old school, as it aligned with a project we participated in called The Giving Tree. From 1st to 4th grade, we were assigned to fill in personalized gift bags that we had to deliver to children of migrant workers who lived in rural areas of China. But in 5th grade, we got the opportunity to go to the schools ourselves and deliver them. It allowed me to see with my own eyes who and how our efforts were benefiting the community. You see, community service can be a life-changing event. It was for me. Let me explain. Many studies prove this phenomenon called the happiness effect, which shows a direct association between volunteering and happiness. According to the Harvard Health paper, found out that weekly volunteering leads to happiness levels that are comparable to life-changing salary boosts. Furthermore, the London School of Economics found out that compared to those who never volunteered, the feeling very happy increased 7% for those who volunteered every month, 12% for those who volunteered every 2 to 4 weeks, and 16% for those who volunteered every week. Many people believe that community service doesn't directly benefit us, and it only benefits the recipient. But I see it as a mutual exchange of happiness. So, let me take you back to the experience I had in the 5th grade. One of the first times I've ever actively participated in community service, I felt a flurry of emotions, from nervousness, excitement, to a little bit of curiosity. Then we got off the bus, and I looked at the school. The school building was gray, unwelcoming, and it felt more like a factory than a school, far from the reality I had of school. I started to wonder whether or not the children and I would have anything in common, or whether or not it would be at all awkward. Soon we went into the classroom, and I saw the kids sitting in rows, talking amongst each other, excited for the gifts they were about to receive. Finally, we were able to give the gifts, and as each child got their gifts, a smile grew on their faces. There was a girl in front of me, and I asked her with my very limited Chinese, "Ni xi huang ma?" which means, "Do you like it?" And then she smiled, a smile so big, I still remember to this day. It has been 5 years since I left that classroom, but I still remember the warm feeling I acquired from watching the kids overjoyed with their presents they got, with their wide smiles, which made me feel so happy. These are the experiences we don't forget, that we look back to years later and continuously see new perspectives in them. As I reflect back to it now, even though these kids had different life stories and different backgrounds, at that moment, regardless of our differences, we were all sharing this feeling of happiness. It made me realize that through community service, we are able to have this mutual exchange of happiness, where we are all delighted, not just the gift receivers, but the gift givers as well. There are many ways to acquire happiness in life, and I believe that community service is one of them because of this mutual exchange of happiness. And this is reflected in the book. You see, the tree lived a happy life because it continuously lived a life full of giving, whereas the boy was never happy because he spent his life taking. I see active community service as something so much deeper than what we perceive it to be. Yes, donating money, posting on social media, fundraising may make a difference, but this isn't entirely what community service is about. It is through being there, in the moment, interacting with the people, that we're finally able to share this feeling of happiness. So what do you think of community service? I've noticed that as we grow older, our mindset towards community service is starting to change. It is starting to feel like a chore, something we have to do for our college apps, or we simply do it because we know it's the right thing to do. Our mindset towards community service is starting to be like the boys who always wanted to take, which is why we may stop or forget about community service as we grow older and take on new responsibilities. But like the boy, if our primary motivation to do anything is to take, we will never be happy. We need to be like the tree that spent its life giving. So I call to you the importance, the necessity of continuing community service for life, because a life of giving equals a life filled with happiness. So, I finally understand why the tree was happy. And through community service, I hope you can be too. Thank you.